I don't know what's it. Yo, I'm in this big ass plaza and there's not a pizzeria in this plaza.
Plaza?
That's ridiculous. A
The
fucking
plaza.
huge ass
You say plaza
plaza.
again? Just, just do one more thing.
Don't you fucking mock me, bitch. Alright, what do I do?
Just, just do one more.
Do I take a nap or do I go eat?
Moonboots, have you ever worked in customer service specifically or no? Like other than the car
Do I take a nap or do I go eat?
salesman.
Well,
I guess.
no. Like I've never held a role that. No. Like I haven't. That was titled customer service.
I see. But like you did tasks around that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's always a level of customer service associated with sales.
Yeah. Around that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's always with sales.
Pure customer service.
Yeah, there was one of the companies that I was consulting for, they had their customer service team do all of their sales. So when we were brought in to build their sales team, they kept trying to transition us into all of their sales, transition us into a customer service role. And we kept trying to stay vigilant, keeping it as a sales role and trying to decipher, distinguish the difference between the two. And that was like such a fucking uphill battle.
Have you so in that situation
Distinguish the difference between the uphill battle.
have you so in that situation did you like pull up the job description and be like, yo, we as a team like are not down for this, or how was it? Like, was it meetings? Did you meet with people to discuss like the difference, or did you like pull up the job description? How was it? Like, was it meetings? Did you meet with people to discuss like the difference, or?
Oh, I had a weekly meeting with the CEO. So I was sitting with the CEO weekly, trying.
Difference, or?
Oh, I had a weekly, um, trying to tackle roadblocks and trying to distinguish the two. One of the conversations that was being had is overall push the two. That was being compensation and how certain tasks wind up eating up bandwidth. So you really want, if you want a high caliber tasks wind up eating up bandwidth, a high caliber salesman, they have to be compensated for the work that they're going to be putting in. A good salesman, I don't care what vertical, I don't care what industry, a good salesman is always going to have their resume out, and that needs to be understood. A good salesman, I don't care what industry, and it's not something that should be looked down upon. You shouldn't demand loyalty from a salesman. They're hunters. You want that. You want a salesman that's always going to be going after what's best for them, and you want their motivation to only be money. Reality, like in reality, you want us to be hunt their motivation to only be money. Reality, like in reality, you want us to be hunters that eat what we kill, and by proxy, you are benefiting off of what we do. You have to make sure that they are behaving in an hunters that eat what we kill, and you have to make sure that they ethical way, of course, but ultimately you want them to be able to be driven to produce as much revenue as possible, but they wouldn't need to be incentivized to do so. If you wind up taking them out of the knees, all you're doing is demotivating them and incentivizing them to find work elsewhere. So, it's always a bad idea when you have policies in place that give you the ability to hold back commission. Commission caps are always a bad thing. But like that being said, you don't want salesmen to run the show.
What's the largest commission you've been given?
$20,000.
Individual like a single commission.
Yeah.
In the car business, the biggest commission I ever got was uh 2,500 on a single sale. In the car business, the big 2,500 on a single sale.
I was so
Whoa.
close. No, I wasn't.
And the funny thing about that was at the time I was selling Cadillacs, and I made that much money selling a selling a used Chevy Malibu. I think it was like a 2006 Chevy Malibu, or maybe a 2011.
That's funny.
Yeah, and that was because we bought the car for $1, and it actually didn't need any work. So we bought the car for $1, assuming that it was going to need uh about $3,000 worth of work, and then we sold it for 12,000. But it didn't need as much work as it just needed a light changed on the dashboard. It didn't actually have all the engine problems that the dash was indicating. But so what happens a lot of the time is we will like the numbers that they're showing on a Foursquare aren't exactly the actual allocations on the paperwork. So like if we're discounting our car, we might show that we're giving you more for the trade, where in reality we are discounting our car more. Where in reality we are discounting our car more.
السلام عليكم.
And another thing that might happen is, we might it's just the way that the numbers are moved around. Like ultimately, another thing that might happen is, you are paying the same price. We're not lying about the bottom line, but where we show the certain numbers is going to be based off of how the customer is going to respond to it. You are paying the same price. But where we show the certain numbers, it might make sense for us to be able to bolster up our used car department by buying $1 car and giving you like a $500, or saying that we're giving you $500 or $1,000 for your trade. But in reality, we're just discounting the car that you're buying to do so.
Have you guys seen the fucking prices of strollers?
No.
Like
Ridiculous.
what?
They're like
$500.
$1,000.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Especially those.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Especially those strollers that like are really like good, like the one. What's that one that turns and is a car seat all in one? Strollers that like are really like and is a car seat all in one.
Yes, it's like that 3-in-1.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
three
like
in
that would
ones are
be really
about
useful to a lot of
600 to
parents.
700.
But
See, that's why I'm gonna make my baby learn to walk like day one. I don't give a
oh
fuck.
my god.
Okay.
Good.
I'm gonna make my baby learn to walk like day one. I don't give a
Oh
fuck.
my god. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the way
you
to
find
do it.
that you tell me that, yeah, I will go get the reversal surgery and have another child.
Yeah, that part.
Yo, Chief, while they're in there, you should have them add another testicle.
Or you could be like rich off of that. Imagine you had a baby walking at day one. Like you could be like famous.
That money deserves to go to the baby. Like I definitely think that
College fund.
there are definitely laws that protect children, because like there are
Ryan from
there's
Ryan's
so many
World.
counts. Yeah, that one. So many stories of parents
You're
just like
good.
taking advantage of the child stars. It's disgusting.
Seen that interview that they did for Ryan?
No.
You should look it up and you should look at his face. Like he just looks so sick of this. Like he just
It's gonna be beautiful today. I can feel it. I can feel it.
Well, also, Aura, let me know when you battle next because I got boosters.
Okay, I got you.
Do you need some help?
They're
Okay,
only
I
good for
got you.
5 days, so make it snappy.
Okay, next time I battle Bold, I'll send you the line.
I swear, Aura. Like,
Chester got one of my Legos.
Let him have it, Moon Boots.
It was just the Easter Bunny, but still.
It was justice.
Well, so my mother-in-law gets me little.
It was justice.
Gets me little. She gets me little Lego sets from time to time, and one of the little Lego sets was like an Easter themed Lego set that had like the Easter Bunny with a carrot house, and
So cute.
he just Chester just fucked up the Easter Bunny.
do you glue your Legos or do you just build them and then take them apart?
Some of them I fucked up the Easter Bunny. Some of them I keep on display. Some of them I like build and call it a day. But I do not glue my Legos. I'm not a psychopath like that.
I've heard of people washing their.
But I do not glue my Legos. Psychopath like that.
I've heard of people washing their Legos, but like there's like mold that can get on them, so people just like air dust their Legos.
Yeah. He definitely
Get on them, so people just like.
fucking swallowed some.
I have an employee
100%.
that collects Legos. He does that, Aura.
I can't find one of the eyes of the Easter Bunny. He fucking swallowed it.
Oh, Aura, did you wear green yesterday?
You'll be able to
No,
find it
I
in about
didn't.
5
You're
hours.
pinched.
Yeah.
I wore orange.
You're pinched.
Yeah, Chief, did I tell you about
Pinched.
Yeah.
I wore orange.
At the time that this happened like a couple days ago, Chester got a hold of one of our holiday signs. That was composite, and there were, his shit was like 50% wood chips.
It's not good.
Can we see
You'll learn.
Chester?
Yeah,
Is
hold
Chester?
on. And there were his wood chips.
It's not.
Yeah,
Is
hold on.
Chester available?
Let me just put these Legos in the bin.
We don't mind seeing the Legos either.
Just put.
Don't mind seeing the Legos either.
Yeah. Okay. I have them on the top shelf.
The bunny is missing an eye.
Wait, Chester's a doodle, right?
Yeah. Here he is.
Oh my god, he's so fuzzy.
He's so fuzzy.
And so big. What the
Yeah.
hell? He looks like a horse.
So I got
Would you guys ever own those mop dogs? The
mop
Concords?
dogs.
I think they're called Concords.
Would I own one or have I owned one?
Would you own one?
Sure.
Yes,
I would.
baby.
I love dogs. I'm not particular on what kind of dog I have. You know, it was a very.
You have a horse dog.
He's getting so fucking big. He's only 6. He's 7 months now. He's 7 months old.
No, because there's this Great Dane at the dog park, Aura, that's huge, like bigger than normal Great Danes.
Oh my god, when I was in downtown and I was sitting like at a park and there was a dog park in front of me and I was sitting with one of my friends and there was the biggest Great Dane and in my head I was like, what the hell? Like, how do you have a dog that big and you like live in the city? Like, it must be so painful to like walk them.
How long did that take?
All right, so I'm actually really fucking happy about this. So on average, it takes 32 hours total build time to build this, and I did it in 17 and a half.
That is sick.
Oh my god.
and I was short on time because I needed this in order to propose to my fiance. So the way that I did it, and the videos on TikTok, I put the ring in here, so I was showing her the different compartments. So I had Han Solo surrounded by flowers holding the ring.
That is the cutest thing on earth.
And I took these flowers from the Easter set. So you see that you have like those little things there.
If a man doesn't propose to me like this, I don't want him.
So
For that display, is it supposed to be like sideways? Have you thought of like hanging it from the ceiling?
it doesn't work. So
Yes, it will.
oh wait, yeah, I could hang it from the ceiling, but like I rent, so I'd have to put a hook into the ceiling, and then I'd have to fix it.
I got you.
But I
Dude.
did get
Just
this. I
hit
did
me
get
up when
this
you move out.
display.
They'll never
I got
know.
this
That just
display
like
for
so
it.
much anxiety.
So I also have a TIE Fighter helmet. I have my Green Bay Packers helmet here. That was these are like the mini Legos. They're not Legos, they're just mini building blocks. Let's see what else I got here on display. I've got my Iron Man helmet, and then all my other Legos are
It's a Halo
just
helmet.
destroyed. Yeah. So I'm definitely going to start debating Halo versus 40K, because those conversations are getting fucking wild.
That's a
And as you can tell, yeah, because there's a creator right now that is hell bent on declaring that a Spartan would be able to 1v1 a Space Marine no problem, and I think that that's utter bullshit.
Are those comics? What?
These are the codexes. So this tells you how to play the game, and these are all the previous editions.
Right,
so
right,
each
okay.
Yeah, so you get your core rule book. That's essentially what goes on in the game, how to play in that edition, all the basic rules. Then each army has their own individual rules for each piece that they have. Like here's the Tau, and then this tells you essentially all the special rules for all the pieces associated with the Tau. Chester, get out of here. So, like this will give you the stat line of a Pathfinder. And this is what the Pathfinders do when they're on the table. So with all the different armies, let's see. Let me find. Oh, I'll go. So I think I have my books somewhere. Actually, I do not know where I have my codexes. Thought that I had them in here. Wait a minute. Oh, here it is. Okay. So we'll go this route. So this is my main army, the Dark Angels. Alright. And let's say
I don't know about you, Aura, but I love seeing people's bedrooms
this is my office.
or office, like just how you lay things out and where you put things. And
Yeah. Okay. So here we go. So this guy, Lionel Johnson, he's the Primarch of the Dark Angels. All right, here are his stats that you get in the Codex, what he does, and then of course you get all the stories associated with that. Then you have to go out when you buy a model. When you buy a model, they come out. This is my gray pile of shame. They come out on these sprues that look like this. So you have to cut them out and build them. You know, I like to prime them and sometimes spray their base paint on the sprue to make things go a little bit quicker. So these guys are supposed to be bleached bone, so this will make the whole process a lot easier when I'm painting them. So I go about that, and eventually, let's come over here. Oop. Chester, get the hell out of here. I'm just going to kick him out of my office. Come on, get out. I do not. He already fucking. He likes to eat them. So. So when you build them. Oh, this is one of the guys that I did that I'm pretty proud of.
You made these?
Yeah, I built this and painted it.
That is really good.
But some of them look really good. Some of them are just, I'm in the process of building them. Some of them are just fucking legs. So I get made fun of a lot because I just do the legs. Okay. Here we go. Yep. Okay. So here is my Lionel Johnson.
That is dope as hell.
Thank you.
Very detailed.
Thank you. I do certain tricks in order to get those details to make it a lot easier on me.
You don't do this and like sell them?
No. Hell no. There's no money made in that.
You don't do this and like sell them?
No. Hell no. There's no money made in that. So that is my super nerdy hobby. Super nerdy hobby. It is significantly more nerdy than Dungeons and Dragons.
Hey.
Or are you going to make the case that
I got to play was that?
I mean, I'm not shitting on D&D. I'm not shitting on D&D. I'm saying that like you're getting into like the dark depths of nerdism when we start talking about like the dark depths of when we start talking about getting into Warhammer. When we start talking about like it goes deep. There are a total of over 800 books. There are over 800 books that have been printed that have all the different stories associated with them. So there's a lot of lore. Nobody has read all the books. There are people within the so there's a lot of lore. There are people within the own Games Workshop organization that don't know all of the lore. So that's what's making Henry Cavill's project so challenging, is trying to be lore accurate. One of the things that's making it as ambitious as it is. Because, like, inconsistencies are ambitious as it is. Like, inconsistencies are part of the lore of 40K. That all the stories are being told by unreliable narrators. And there's a lot of bias associated with that. All the stories are being, and there's a lot of bias how the stories are told. Like all these armies fight each other. You know what I mean? And you saw how many armies that I have just alone myself. I don't have every army in 40K. So like,
or you got a lighter.
So like the Tau fight the Durakai, who fight the Eldari, who also fight the Space Marines. All right. So you want all of their stories, if that's your army, you want a story that's going to have your army coming out out on top. And all of these codexes gas up each army. So each one comes off like they're the most powerful. They're the big bad, you know? So how do you actually have a coherent story power scaling them together? You know what I mean? So that's why they have it from an unreliable narrator. These are all being told from their perspective. So trying to put that all together in one coherent story is incredibly challenging. So now you have to make a TV show trying to appease all the different fans.
Bronx has arrived.
Now you have to make a TV show trying to appease all the different fans.
Bronx has arrived. You would get along with my AP brother, Moon Boots. Y'all are very much the same. You would get along with my stuff. He's from the 80s, so.
What do you mean AP brother?
Oh, my adopted brother, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Not the deck. No, put it back. No, put it back. I wish AI had said that. I wish AI had said that. Moon Boo's teaching us how war works.
Do a Rashomon.
What is that?
It's like that Zakira
What is that?
Sawa. It's like it's a story that is told through it's told the same like thing is told like 8 different times from different point of views, and all of them are slightly different with like the same thing happens over and over. You do that with the codex.
Oh, I like that.
Thing happens over and over.
Well, that's essentially what's going on with the with Warhammer.
That's what I'm bringing up. My problem is that like I don't know if I trust the people, the fan of the games for every single thing. Bring it up. My problem is that like I don't single thing. When it comes to like storytelling, there's something that nerds do that they get in their own way by trying to be so accurate to stuff that it takes away from like a storyline where it's like, oh yeah, these things in this game are super important. But to someone who's just like watching, oh yeah, these things in this game are super important. A story. I'm trying to think of an example right now.
Like literally nobody cares.
So there is a good example of
A story. I'm trying.
Cares.
So that going on in 40K right now is the conversations around female Space Marines. So to the old heads, we don't give a flying fuck if they make female Space Marines or not. So we don't give a flying fuck if they make female Space Marines or not. To the people that got into Warhammer around 8th edition, a couple of years ago, they are losing their goddamn minds about it. Around 8th edition, and a lot of people have gotten into this hobby recently because a couple of video games got really popular. And a lot of people have gotten really popular. Like the first Space Marine game was the first really good Warhammer game. And a lot of people got into it and they really enjoyed that game. And then they made a sequel and really good. And they really enjoyed that game. And then they made a sequel and that got super popular as well. And now they're made the main character of that game canon. And now canon, where prior he wasn't canon. And even when the game released, it wasn't canon. So they wound up making a model for him. They went in where prior he wasn't canon. So they wound up making a model for him. They wound up introducing him to the actual lore. They wound up writing books about him. So now he's super popular. but that's what wound up writing books about him. So introduced a lot of people to Warhammer. So not everybody's been in the hobby since they were 13 years old, like I was, which,
Mm.
you know, in the hobby since they were 13, which,
Mm.
you know, is 22 years ago.
Nor
So
nor do you need to necessarily see like everything from that from that 13-year-old to now experience to create like a provocative, interesting story about the game. You'd agree with that too, right?
absolutely. I mean,
Yeah.
a big part of it's caked in that you're allowed to create your own army with your own backstory. And one of the things that they did in ninth edition was they gave you rules. If you wanted to make your own army, you can create, they gave you like the ability to create your own characters and give your army your own special rules if you wanted to do that, which I thought was awesome.
So there's no rubric for standardization as far as like I'm trying to understand this. You know that I don't know this stuff, but like could the Marines have like you could decide how powerful they were in certain ways?
Kind of. Like you have, let's see if I could get my, this is probably the best way to do it.
Tina, go find some bars.
They're at your daddy's house.
Shoot.
So this is the ninth edition codex, which allowed you to do this. So in terms of what a, let's see, I'll just go to a standard Space Marine. Oops, sorry. Tactical Marine. All right. In terms of what their movement, weapon skill, ballistic skill, strength, toughness, wounds, attacks, leadership save, etc. In terms of what all of these stats are, that wouldn't change when you're making your own army.
Mhm.
Like you're not changing their loadout, you're not changing their weapons, you're not changing what these rules are. But you have your what you were able to do. You had your captains. That's a captain on a bike. You had your captains. You know, the leaders of your army. And that they added the ability of, let me see where this is. You were able to add your own warlord traits. You know, you're able to add your own chapter warlord, like make your own chapter. Like they added rules for that. Like, you know, Dark Angels have their own sets of rules. They're one of the canonical chapters of the Space Marines.
And some of these change or differences can bump with other differences from different codex.
Yeah. So what they did in 10th edition, which is one of the things that they've done in other editions. So now I have the Space Marine Codex. So I get all of everything that's, if I'm playing Dark Angels, I get everything that's in the Space Marine Codex. You know, I have access to all of these models as well. Oh, this is actually where it gets really interesting. This is where it breaks down that there are successor chapters. And that's where, and these are all the different, like some of the canonical successor chapters where you're able to also make your own.
There's a whole industry of people that are in the IP of like board games and stuff. Like my buddy is in it. He was like tasked to write a movie about Monopoly.
Yeah.
Like another one. He's the one that wrote was one of the writers on that movie Goat that came out recently. The Steph Curry like basketball thing, and all of it is just about trying to find like a storyline that makes sense. So, I mean, I don't know, like if you change the Space Marines to maybe Space Green Berets, would people care if it was no women or I don't know.
So that's what they do.
Are they
with
really losing their mind
3D
over that?
printing. Is there? This is so. It's funny you mentioned that. That's the reason why That's the reason why you have this named the way that they are. The Eldari, these are space elves. But space elves wasn't something that they were able to coin. That wasn't something that's not an IP that they were allowed to own. So that's why they called them the Eldari. And that was something that came later on. They used to be called space elves back in the day. Then they were called the Eldar, but the Eldar they weren't able to license as well because Eldar are mentioned in Tolkien's work. So they couldn't own the IP for that. So that's why they changed the name to Eldari. But
Wow.
me being in the hobby for 22 years, I know that history. Somebody that's only been in the hobby for 3 or 4 years doesn't know that history, so they're going to pay attention to the canon, the current canon, and the current name changes. So they're going to want to bashing me if I wind up saying something like calling these guys Eldari versus calling them. Let me see if I still have. Oh, here's an
Is that a
example.
bitch or?
All right, so then they had the Dark Eldar, but Dark Eldar couldn't be coined and couldn't be licensed, so they changed that to the Durakai. So that license like that changing just for licensing, is why that name Dakari exists. That name Dakari does not exist anywhere in this book.
So for you,
Not
as a
mentioned
person
once.
that's been playing this game for as long as you have.
That name Dakari does not exist anywhere in this book.
So for you,
Not
as a
mentioned
person
once.
that's been playing this game for as long as you have, you have to be aware that, or maybe I'm wrong, but some of this in playing this game for as long as you have, you have to be aware that, or some of this has to do with just getting people to buy these figures so that they can paint them. Is there any truth to that?
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
they definitely try to shake things up. They're still a business that needs to make money. You know,
Right, but what I'm saying is that, like,
they definitely try to.
What I'm saying is that, like, like the toy industry of, like, having Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, having Ghostbusters, all of that, like the toy industry of, like, having Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, having Ghostbusters, all of that was this big boom that happened around, like the 80s and 90s because of Star Wars, arguably the most important one, but G.I. Joe had its own thing. But there was a real big boom, and that not only of franchises, but it was what started them too. It was like, let's retrofit, let's make some franchises, but retrofit, let's make some toy, and then we'll make a show, we'll build a show off of those toys. It's the same reason why, like, Egon looks so weird in Ghostbusters. Like, they needed to have, like, different, there's just, like, all these decisions that have to do with the marketing of a toy for someone to buy that affects the way that the toys look, how they're marketed, and, like, what you know like Street Sharks was this old show that, like, is exactly this example. Is they just made toys, and they're like, okay, well, let's build a show around it. We'll throw it on with, Saturday morning cartoons.
Or even the Saturday, there was that fucking bad Avengers show that came out in the late 90s that started Toy First. They
Bad Avengers. Was it actual Avengers or just
it was the actual Avengers, where now Ant-Man is leading the Avengers for whatever reason. Thor, Captain America. It was the actual event. Thor, Captain America, Iron Man. The big names in the Avengers weren't included in the Avengers, and Thor, Captain America. The big names in the Avengers weren't included in the Avengers in this offshoot. Or this version of it, but you watch it and you know that it is based off, like, they're just or this version of it, but yet it is based off, like, they're just trying to sell toys.
so? And it's cool that, ingenuity or whatever that is kind of beats out.
It is based off, like, they're just
ingenuity or whatever that is kind of beats out or like can be retrofitted onto stuff, but like, why is anyone taking it or like can be why is anyone taking it super seriously? I don't get that because like fandom, sure. I don't know if I belong to any of them in the way that I hear people argue, but like, why don't we just let like a writer write, and if you don't like it, then you can just say you don't like it, because the conversation after a movie, if you don't like it, then you can just say is as important, if not more, to some people than the actual movie itself. I'd say that some people like to talk about shitty movies more than they like to be like, yeah, I really liked that. Anyway, let's go get ice cream. Like, it's a part of it.
So I always appreciate some of like passion projects from directors and writers and all that fun stuff. I always have an appreciation for them. And you know, one of the big things, all that fun stuff. And that I actually offer a lot of grace and appreciation to streaming platforms is it's created an avenue for more stories to be told on that medium. Like there are plenty of movies that wouldn't be successful. There are plenty of movies that, in the traditional sense of, having to make a profit, and having to make profit in the traditional sense, like you made a certain investment into.
Oh God.
Having to make profit in the traditional sense, like you made a certain investment into.
Oh God, someone needs. I hear a complaint.
So, people make the studios make a certain investment into this movie, and they have a desire to make a certain return on that, or they mandate that they need to make a certain return on that, and I feel like that gets in the way of a lot of stories being told, versus on streaming platforms it's more important that they actually have an IP to offer.
Yeah, it also gets. I think it gets in the way more than anything else. In my experience with making my own stories and having like people shoot on it or being a part of
my
stuff.
own stories and having a little discussion about myself. I'm gonna do a lot of artists and making it all about my stories. No, they're gonna make it.
Like,
I was showing videos to my brother of you last night, Bold, and he was like, "What a bizarre guy!" And I'm like,
What
"Yeah,
a
I know.
bizarre
He's so
guy."
funny." Yeah.
What did you show of your karaoke in heat moment?
No, I showed it of your karaoke moments with your dumbass mic. And you're like, tiptoe through the tulips.
Why didn't you want to show a video of you completely alone in a karaoke bar singing?
You think I'm in some like holodeck,
brother? In a karaoke bar singing.
You think I'm in some like holodeck,
brother?
You think I'm in some holodeck where I'm like, Jarvis, bring up a karaoke bar, no one in it, and I'm just singing by myself. You think I'm in some holodeck where I'm like, bar, no one in it, and I'm just singing by myself. You guys are fucking wet bastards.
It's a vacant karaoke bar out in the wilderness.
You guys are fucking wet bastards.
Bar out in the wilderness, far away from humanity.
Yeah, that's the only one they let me sing at.
Get out. Listen. Hello, Octavia. How you doing?
Bronx, do you ever go to a karaoke bar and like rent out a room just for yourself?
I don't like those kinds. I get your joke is funny, but I don't like those ones. I need a smattering of different people to see me succeed. Bold. You need your air. You need your air.
I want it.
So you don't
shut the.
You don't have like the adult musician version of a tea party.
No, I mean, this isn't the same thing, but
version of a tea party.
No, I mean, this isn't the same thing, but a buddy that I work with and we would host like jam nights once a month. That was really, really fun. For about a year, we would do it once a month and not charge anything, just like have people come in, and that was one of the fun. For about a year, we would do it, not charge anything, just like have people come in, and that was one of the more fun things I've done so far in LA. But
La La Land, La La Land, La 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 Land.
oh wow, you hit some sugar. More fun things I've done so far in LA.
La Land, La 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 Land.
Oh wow, you hit some sugar this morning.
You had some. You know what? I was about to say it.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it!
What? Something nice?
That's sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it!
What? Something nice?
That's sugar.
That's why your ass is losing.
Potato snot, Ding.
So
where's Dimples?
Like
sugar.
That's why your ass is losing.
So
where's Dimples?
Like, just imagine a screen recording of this, like all these noises he's making. That's what I showed him yesterday. I'm like, who is this guy?
So
where's Dimples?
Like, just like all these noises he's making. That's what like. This is bold. This is a guy I've been telling you about.
yeah, like I do stand by that one of the most productive ways that Bolt could monetize himself is by offering licensing for various sound. One of the most Bolt could monetize himself is by various sound bites that happens on his show. Yeah. Like a DJ using him yelling "motherfucker" like as right before the beat drops.
Amazing impression.
I think that him yelling "motherfucker," I think that would be I think that there's value in that, and that's something that Bolt could monetize.
I tell you what, I would pay even $20 or $30 for like a Stretch Armstrong bold, but it's like Stretch Neck Strong.
Weird as fuck. What are you?
Dare I say? I think that could be 49.
Now we're going down a weird road, as we always do with Bronx.
It's like a stress ball that you just punch all the time. Like, oh man, I'd love one of those. It's like a stress ball that you just punch all the time.
Now, okay, this is some type of kink ball this fucker's talking about.
Your mouth would be open, but
shut the
not.
Now, okay, this is some type of kink ball this fucker's talking about.
But
shut the
not.
Yeah. Do you remember? You remember the Stretch Armstrong toys? How they like they would you could like inflate them.
Thank you, we're gonna sweet darling.
Oh yeah.
But like you have the Bolt toy where if you do that, it like brings him back to form of what he looked like in his 20s.
What the fuck?
Yes, this makes me laugh and smile. Hello, Bold, do you hear us?
To form of what he looked like in his 20s.
Yes, this makes me laugh and smile. Hello, Bold, do you hear us?
This makes me laugh and smile. This makes me feel so very happy inside. Hell out of here.
Oh my God, you're losing.
This makes me laugh and smile. This makes me feel so very happy inside. Hell out of here. Where's no, I got somebody snipe. The fuck? Okay, yep. This motherfucker's blocked.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. Why don't you click your throat about it?
The thing that's hilarious is Bold, what do you got? Like 20 to 30 people in your life?
Yeah.
No.
There's 4 of us in here.
It's 4 of us in here.
Just 4 of us.
Actually, it's 5 of us in here. One more than you.
Imagine me. We only have 5.
And one.
Imagine me. We only have 5.
One more counts. Aqua. Oh God, wrong name. Shit. I'm sorry, Aura. It's just y'all have the same close vicinity name. Aura, can you hit the accept button, please? I'm sorry, Aura. It's just y'all have the same close vicinity. Accept button, please.
Oh, she's probably. Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
Oh, she's probably. Okay.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Where's August at? Get August in here now.
Yeah, I hear Aqua's in some hot water.
I don't give a.
Yeah, neither do I. Neither do I.
I'm supposed. No, Marque's in some hot water.
Why? For saying stuff funny?
Tina's in some hot water.
No, she's in some hot dog water. Why? For saying stuff?
Tina's in some hot water.
No, she's.
Shut the. Mm.
Oh,
Hi,
Tina said she was in a
everybody. How y'all
nap.
doing?
Hello.
Besides Bronx, how y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Yeah,
Oh
fuck
wow.
Bronx.
Yeah, that's another
Yeah.
way to say hello, you idiots.
Who the fuck dropping all these coins?
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, that's another
Yeah.
way to say hello, you idiots.
Who the fuck dropping all these coins?
Mm-mm-mm.
Oh, excuse me.
Who is it? Who is it? That's
It's
my Michael
me.
Jackson. But did y'all see Colin
Hey,
Stella
we're right
Mask
here. We're
rapping
right
stuff
here. Relax.
stuck in a Michael Jackson song? I sent it out.
You ever try to pop a pimple and it becomes bigger?
Ugh.
What the
I know y'all have.
Yeah, stronger.
Try to pop a pimple and it becomes bigger.
Ugh.
what the
I know y'all have.
Yeah, I fucking hate that
No,
shit.
I've never had problems with pimples.
Oh, I
Yeah,
thought you said a
okay.
pencil. Yeah, don't think
Yeah, I fucking hate that shit.
No,
I
I've,
thought you said a
Okay.
pencil. Yeah, don't think pimples are very durable.
That pimple's gonna come at you, John Wick style.
what, in a really
Ew.
boring way 3 different times after the first time?
Bronx, you're a nerd.
You
Shut up.
cannot think that the John Wick series is
What, in a really
Ew.
boring way 3 different times after the.
not think that the John Wick series is boring.
I don't need world building,
What?
Warhammer.
Who said it was get out?
The first one was good. The first one was good, but why do
The second one was 2.
No, it wasn't, dude. I don't need to know about assassin coins and assassin
Oh, God.
hotels. Like, get out of here. Just buy another dog and let them fucking take that one too.
No,
I'll take
you
that.
always get vengeance for your puppies.
Yes,
Animals.
that's what I'm saying. I'm like, the first one was great because it starts off with, I mean, not to John Wick's character, but
Vengeance for your puppies.
I'm like, the first one was great because it started on Wick's character, but a small loss. Like, it's not
I
like
want
his
an egg
wife
roll.
or
I'm about to go
something.
get an egg roll.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get some
So-
rice and egg roll.
My
Wick's character, but a small loss.
I'm gonna get some
So-
rice and egg roll.
my fiance stumbled upon a really, really sad story of some fucked up things going on in was it Brazil, of stray dogs being tortured, and she was was it Brazil, of she was so bent out of shape about it. And the way that we were able to cope was I introduced her to the John Wick series. Bent out of shape about it, and the way that we were able to cope was I introduced her to the John Wick series. So we did a John Wick marathon, and she felt better afterwards.
That's good, but like the second, third, and fourth.
So we did a John Wick marathon, and she felt better afterwards.
That's good, but like the second, third, and fourth. I think there's 4 right now.
Bronx,
They're not
nobody cares
about
what
the
you have to
dog
say.
anymore.
Like nobody cares what you guys say. Why are you talking?
They're not about the second, third, and fourth. They're
Bronx,
not
nobody cares
about
what
the
you have to
dog
say.
anymore.
Like nobody cares what you guys say. Why are you talking?
They're not about the dog
Okay,
anymore.
but why are you talking?
Shut up. Go eat some
Nobody
gravel.
cares.
Nobody cares.
Like not one
Wow, it's
soul
getting-
cares.
Shut up. Go eat some
Nobody
gravel.
cares.
Nobody cares.
Like not one
Wow, it's
soul
getting-
cares.
I mean, you're on the wrong side of history right now. You're losing like epically, and you know.
Oh, wow. Tina, did you hear what he said? That was pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Didn't you
he's
say you were
rude.
gonna nap?
I tried to, and then I got a call, and they didn't answer. I was like, hello, hello,
Yeah,
hello.
yeah,
They didn't
yeah,
answer,
yeah.
and then so I'm up.
Hello.
How are you?
Oh, wait a minute. We have what's the Bex clip? Why don't y'all get some Bex clips up in here? Oh, why don't y'all get some Bex clips up in here?
Ugh, what?
So what's going on with Bex now? I forgot.
Well, she's over there helping with the list because she said only important
What is
people.
that list?
What?
What is that list?
They're ranking.
She's over there helping with the list because she said only important
What is
people.
that list?
They're ranking the. They're ranking everybody that participates in debate talk on what tier they fall under, and then they're going to come up with a system for people to be able to bump up in tiers.
That's so stupid.
People to be able to bump up in tiers.
That's so stupid.
I think it's interesting.
I can't.
I know.
I can't
It could be
stand when
interesting if
I
people.
don't like this high school popular kids bullshit. It's taking me back to
No, but all it is a bunch of people with egos, please.
Yeah,
But
exactly. Exactly.
the
It's
Yeah,
fucking
because
that.
cool kids.
I seen people arguing like they were like really fighting about
But
that, and
like,
I'm just
but
like,
no
what
one's
are we
actually.
doing?
But no one's actually debating ever. Like I've never seen an actual debate on TikTok, and I've looked. It's all fake. It's just like
What are
I
you
mean,
doing?
it's
Well,
another.
and here's the thing: when you have like a debate, you have to do one on one. We cannot do
Yes,
7v1. We cannot do fucking 4-on-3. We can't. You have to do one on one. We cannot 4-on-3. We can't. It's one on one. It's a prepared thing. You do your research. You write your notes. You come. You talk. You hash it
that's an
out. We
actual.
decide who
Thank
wins.
you. That's an actual debate. I haven't seen
Yeah.
a single one of those before, and it's like that's fine, but and that's I've said this about messy talk is that it thank you. That's an actual debate. I haven't seen
Yeah.
a single one of those before, and it's like that's fine, but and that's I've said this about messy talk is that at least it's a little bit more. Oh fuck. Well, at least it's a little bit more honest with it being messy and not something else. But I've said this about messy talk is that it. Well, at least it's a little bit me and not something else. But well, you won.
I do think that in the debate spaces, people are definitely overly performative. I think that in
I mean, so much so that it's like it ruins where you're coming from in an argument. If it's not about debating and you're not prepared and you're emotionally hijacked, you're where you're coming from in an argument. If it's not about debating and you're not prepared and you're emotionally hijacked, you're doing a disservice to the thing that you're arguing for. And this is something I wish people thought about or cared about more because if you're not there for the actual thing, let's just say that it's like a social justice thing or civil rights or whatever, and you're too mad to be a good, proponent or element for success in your side, what the fuck are you doing then? It's almost like how element for success in you. It's almost like how you feel is more important than like winning the thing. Like imagine if someone tried to outcry you on a battlefield. It's almost like how then like winning the thing, like I'm outcry you on a battlefield. It's like that's just not how it works. And I'm not saying this like I've ever been in war, but like I'm trying to liken it to something. It's like that's just not. I'm not saying this like I've ever been in war, but like I'm trying to liken it to something where it just doesn't make sense because it doesn't if you take the word seriously. But people don't seem to do that.
I think maybe you should associate yourself to like
Seriously, but people don't seem to do
some sort of Greek god that might be able to
yeah,
help. Yeah.
whatever it is. I mean, I don't know. Aura, do you have a mouth? Do you think anything about this? What are you doing over there? Oh, she's working, right? Right.
Yeah, I think that a lot of these conversations are ultimately self-serving in debate talk. Whether it be, a lot of it feeding ego, a lot of it feeding monetary. Oop, I gotta take a lot of it feeding monetary. Oop, I gotta take this.
Okay. All right. I'll riff for a little bit. Hey guys, how's it going? Tap the screen, share the live. Aura's thing.
Monetary. Oop, I gotta take.
I'll riff for a little bit. Hey guys, how's it going? Tank brought to you by Bronx Cocky Cock. Um, in perpetuity, cocky cock. I did have a dream last night. Speaking of dreams, the last couple days. Speaking of dreams, the last couple days. And the end of it, which is what I remember, is I was at a party. It felt like my house. And there was many, many people there. And the end of it, which my house, and there was many, many people there. They were all on their phones, and Bold was showing everyone a photograph of me very, I don't know, I remember it being like, oh, he got me. And I remember walking out of the party to get onto the panel, and then I woke up, which I thought was, interesting, kind of. I don't know what it means. Oh, Yanti, how are you? I see that you're in here. Bastard. I'm just kidding. Molar joined or bicuspid joined? Molar joined or bicuspid? Go ahead and wave at this person. I guess I did. The molar person's bio reads, most ugly people don't like me. And I like the molar person's bio reading. And I like that because it's funny. Your mom. And I like my girlfriend. I like that. So far, my favorite name has been Sex Haver. That's a pretty, there's no name question about what that person's about. Oh, or just woke up and then went back to sleep. Okay. Question about what that person's about. I'm just here, dolo. Share your most favorite aura memories, or your worst memories of aura. Right here, I have a particularly horrible memory of aura. Let me see. There's so many. Let me think in my memory banks. Yeah, nothing's coming to mind. It's, I don't know, maybe just a negligible. Oh, hello, Moon Boots.
I got a work call.
Yeah. The bat phone started ringing.
Yep.
Yeah, the debate talk thing, it's like, my friend and I were talking the other day, and he had brought up like how in Prohibition, and I brought this up I think yesterday, that the like liver doctors all but had to close up shop during Prohibition, thus kind of in no uncertain terms proving that the liver is affected by drinking. But then once it was, abolished, people went back to drinking. So the idea that the market for things that people imbibe is only meant for like the thing, like people don't necessarily want to take care of their bodies. They're doing something else. I think this is true about debate talk, where like it has to be framed this way for people to be able to speak to something, but what they're speaking to is not debating. But that's just me. I'm just some to something. But what they're speaking to is that's just me. I'm just some bitch. Uh, he's on that list of debate stuff. That's just me. I'm just some bitch. He's on that list. Yeah, I mean, I'm I'm sure he's a big player, and yeah, I mean, he's a big player in that space. I wonder if anyone else has a thought about how performative it is and not productive. How performative it is, and so in the same way of the prohibition thing, it's like, oh yeah, I'm having a debate. I can't hang out with y'all right now because I have a debate that I need to attend. But really, it's just people yelling about some dumb thing. Nothing's getting solved. No light is being shined on areas that hadn't been. Who's requesting that? Let's see. Oh, requesting that. Let's see. Oh. Or you can't even type. You can't be bothered to type in your own live. Oh wait, I let you up. Oh, I thought I hit the button.
So, like, what happened was.
Oh, I thought I hit the button.
So, like, what happened was is that the list. It seemed like the list became more about who people didn't like rather than who was actually good at debating.
Yeah, that makes sense. Did a woman write it?
Rather than who was actually good at debating.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, it wasn't really written by any one person, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like a pretty good idea if what you're trying to do is. I guess it's like a pretty good idea if drum up some interest in either debate or messy or both space by a different means than just straight up arguing with somebody, because it seems like that is not as, I don't know, it doesn't seem like the main thing that moves the dial now.
But would you consider someone being a good debater if what they spew is utter like rhetoric?
You can be good at debate and me not degree. Oh no, I don't think that you're being a good debater if it's just rhetoric. If you're just
Yeah,
like
I think that's where it was coming down to, is that they were putting a lot of people on certain levels that just spew just gross shit.
like Al Sharpton, was he the no, he wasn't the lawyer. Who was Al Sharpton? Was he the no, he wasn't the lawyer. Who was the Jesse Jackson? Not Jesse. Is it Jesse Jackson? No. Who the fuck is the lawyer I'm thinking of in the OJ trial? Is it Jesse Jackson? I'm thinking of in the OJ trial. Fuck, what was his name? I can't remember, but anyway, he thinking of in the OJ trial. What's his name? He was really good at appealing to juries. And juries are not necessarily like geniuses, they're peers, they're just like American citizens. And what's good about that is that you don't necessarily have to have the best case. You just need to be the most compelling person up there. And that is that you don't necessarily up there. And in this sense, like plaintiff lawyers, like there's a guy named Joe Jamail who was famous for not being like up there. And Joe Jamail, who was a technically good lawyer, but he was very compelling. And so in this Joe Jamail, who was a technically good lawyer, and so in the same way, like if you have pithy kind of rhetorical things to say, like if the glove does not fit, you must acquit. Like that was a huge thing in the OJ case. But if he wasn't being prosecuted by the worst prosecution, in the last like 50 years of adjudication, he may have had a different future ahead of him. There was also a lot of social stuff that was going on at the time. Debating, and I'm using quote fingers to say good, in the sense that I don't agree with a lot of things he says, but the style of debating someone, he's pretty effective at getting his point across and making the other point seem not as good, but it's not always the case. But I mean, I don't know how they're building the system other than like on a panel with other people, but I don't know. Or I'm not talking a lot of shit. I could. I definitely could. Yeah, I definitely could. Ooh, I could. Okay. I definitely could. Yeah, I definitely could. Ooh, I could. Okay. Yeah, we figured. Moon. Nature photography. Almast. Talk to me about that. Probably gone. Like, I see Yunti's name in here. I haven't seen Yunti comment. I'm wondering,
She's just a silent watcher, like most of us.
but okay. Not
Either
like
that or
not.
she has no idea she's in here.
I mean, I just see them. I don't know how to actually see who's in here other than top viewers.
Idea she's in here.
Other than top viewers. Oh, Cascade. Yeah, because it just makes me feel like people other than top viewers. Yeah, like film it. But why you'd film something like this, I don't know. Like film it. But why? So I think Yenti's never liked me, which is fine. Oh,
I feel like Aura should take her
Yenti's never liked me, which is fine.
props for holding her attention this long, though.
She's not paying attention to us. See? Oh, she can type. Okay. Oh, you can type. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You didn't say hi to me. The heck? The heck? Fucking bullshit.
All right, I'm back. I missed everything that you said, so you have to repeat it.
Well, I don't remember. It was just some crap I was wrong about.
Usually.
Well, no, that's not true. But LMAO like hey. Wow, what a... Okay. That's how a dickhead fucking says hello. But
No, I was just gonna say, like, Moon Boots, they gave you your flowers over there when they put you on the list. A lot of them came and backed you up.
Oh, we're talking about that. I heard I was surprised that Shawnee Boy was making the argument to put me on. Is that Shawnee Boy argument to put me on?
Like who's in S class?
There's just a handful of people in F class.
No, not F. S.
Oh, S.
Yeah.
So S.
Yeah.
Last night they moved a couple of people off of S we didn't think deserved to be there. Of S deserved to be there. I do think that there's definitely bias in that, but that's to be assumed. I do think that when they start doing the 1v1s and find the ranking system, that a lot of people that are on S will no longer be on S.
Is it anyone from
Wait, so
Messy
S
Talk
is
that I
the
would know?
top one, right?
Yeah.
So two people that you would know that are in S class.
Yeah.
So that I think that there's a fair argument for them to be on would be like observant and that I think that there's a fair observant and officer.
Observant, I could see, yeah, being good at a debate. I've never seen it before. I've seen
Observant and
could see, yeah, being good. Never seen it before.
He's fantastic.
I've seen him hold court. Like, remember when Andy, and Nick had that thing with the money?
He's fantastic.
That thing with the money.
Yeah.
Observant stepped in, and I remember being like, "Wow!" I was very impressed with how well he was doing that. And then it was more about recaps and fucking Regina George shit after that. But it's not to say that he doesn't have the capacity to do. Who was the other person?
No, it's beyond. It's like he is very well versed in many things, and he is actually he's a phenomenal debater and incredibly intelligent. That some of the he's able to apply the same chops that he does in Messy Talk to actual real world issues, and he is a very impressive debater. So Officer being Bex's significant other, who also is a very strong debater. He's been doing it a while, and he is currently in school for poli-sci and actually trying to, his ambitions are to pursue a career in politics. Or poli-sci and actually trying ambitions are to pursue a career. So
he's younger?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, officer is yes. The officer is younger than me.
Like in his 20s though?
No, he's in his early 30s.
Okay.
The officer is younger than me. Early 30s.
Okay.
Yeah. But in his early 30s, he's a police officer, so he has a career as a police officer. Early 30s, he was active duty. He's going back to school while
I'm sorry.
active duty. He's
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about observant this whole time.
No. Observant's younger also. I don't know how old observant. I'm sorry. Younger also. I don't know how old observant is, but I do know that he has at least one master's degree. So he's well educated. I've had debates with him before, and I would say that he's definitely no slouch, and he does not resort to cheap debate tactics. So it's actually a very good conversation with him, and I would definitely say that he is S tier, especially the criteria that they put for how they were ranking the debaters. I think that without a doubt, considering him an S tier debater.
What what was the criteria, or do you remember?
Yeah, I might miss some of the things. Ability to
What was the criteria, or do you remember?
the things. Ability to like diversity of topics. So single topic debaters were not in A or S. People that stay on single issues were kind of like default to B tier. Not in A or S were kind of like default to B tier. Ability to articulate your argument, the love of the game, which is actually one of the big things that dinged me, because I don't spend as much time in political talk, which is actually one of the big things that dinged time in political talk or debate talk anymore. And a lot of the times I do make a mockery of it because the conversations are, I don't think that the time in political talk, a mockery of it because the conversations are, I don't think that the conversations need to be taken seriously. Like, you get a lot of people that are in that C tier. Like, I'm not going to bring my, you get a C tier. Like, I'm not going to bring my fucking A game to people that barely understand the English language, let alone legal doc. C tier. Like, I'm not going to bring my stand the English language documentation. You know what I mean? So running the streets, like, are you the kind of person that's going to actively pursue opposition, or are you somebody that stays in an echo chamber?
That's one of the criteria.
That was one of the criterias.
Oh,
so are you one of the people that sticks around with your posse? That was one of the criterias.
Oh. Is there like a rigidity of mind one where, like, because I would say that I would like to, I say this about people that I, talk with normally. If you don't have the ability to, like, have your opinion be modified or fully changed, that's kind of a problem for me. Not that someone's ready to change their mind.
I think that that's more of from the observer standpoint, much more so than your actual ability to debate. Because your opponent needs to attempt to change your mind.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I wasn't in debate, so, like, I can't say if it's not something. I mean, my brother doesn't give a shit about it, even though he is, he's able to change his mind on things, but there's some stuff that it's just like he doesn't care if it's wrong, which I'm like, that's a pretty bad thing.
Yeah. Composure was not one of the criterias. I think that when I think of an S tier debater personally, I think that somebody's ability to maintain their composure is important. Their ability to control a room, I think, is very important. Like, when I was looking at somebody popped up and he was like, I should be an S tier. And meanwhile, nobody knew who the fuck he was. He pops up and he's like, I should be an S tier. And all MAGA run from me. And he's trying to give, like, an anecdote of how afraid MAGA is of him. And meanwhile, I'm like, well, you're not really demonstrating S tier qualities right now. You keep complaining about people interrupting. Meanwhile, I'm like, well, you keep complaining about people interrupting you, but the people that we have on S tier would be able to truck through that. Like, they're able to control the room. They do 7v1s. They have to chat. They have to truck through the conversation while being muted and being overtalked. And these people are able to still dominate the conversation with all of that going on.
Yeah.
Like,
he kind of came in like plankton.
Yeah, I've seen everybody on that S tier list be able to do that. You know what I mean?
Do any of these people have jobs where they are like attorneys or something that would require being good at debating?
Probably not. I think that I'm pretty sure that they did have sports mom on that list, but eventually the argument was made that she needed to be bumped down, that she wasn't an S tier debater, that she didn't meet all the criteria. And not to say that she's a weak debater, but she does primarily stay in her lane. She has her lives where it is definitely, she tries her best to have her panels be balanced, but they are definitely overpowered by they're overpowered by right leaning individuals. Um, and I think that that's something that should, she has her posse essentially. And I think that that's something that dinged her on the ability to be considered S tier right off the rip. Not to say that she can't earn her chops to be S tier. Like I myself, I was considered A tier, and I'm actually very comfortable with that. But I think that I am, like, based off the criteria, I think it's very fair to consider me an A tier debater. I do think that anybody on that S tier, I'd be able to either hold my own or have my one offs where I'd be able to win the debate. But I don't actively pursue that. But and on top of that, a lot of the people, it was very left leaning. So and on top of that, a lot of the people, so we don't actually debate very often. Most of the time I'm in a situation where I'm on a panel because I'm at work, and I'm in a situation where I'm trying to kill time. So if I'm ever on Sports Mom's panel, like, I'm distracted, I'm taking care of other things, I'm sending emails, building spreadsheets, sending reports, and I'm just trying to hold a conversation while I'm multitasking. So I'm building spreadsheets while I'm multitasking. So I'm not focused in on a room that's filled with right-leaning folk that all have their sources pulled up and their talking points ready. So I'm right-leaning folk ready. So I'm going to come off weak at that point, and sometimes I just flat out don't have the bandwidth, especially when being overtalked or muted or anything like that.
Or what are you talking about? What shit are you? That's so ironic.
Muted or anything like that.
Talking about what shit are you? What are you talking about, Aura? See this dumb bubble that's reflecting on nothing. What do you refer? Oh yeah, you gonna mute me? Huh. Oh, you know what? This is the first time I am realizing it does look like the left part of my mustache is just like ends right at that where it's cropped off. I see that now.
Yeah. So they put BGB in F tier.
Yeah.
So that would be an example of somebody that they put F tier.
I wish there was an S class. The S class is an import from Japan, right?
Yeah. I mean, everybody in that space are anime fans and video game fans. Right. So
I think that S is, it's not like S
video game fans. Right. So
I think the A, B, C, D, there's like a giant valley in between A to S that I think is not used properly most of the time.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's S plus, S plus plus, S plus plus plus.
Oh, see, fuck that. No, it's ruined. No, come on, just have S, or just have an A. Jesus.
Yeah, in my book, I'm keeping that in mind with the power scaling.
Oh yeah, with the guy, he's a blacksmith.
With the blacksmith, yeah.
Yeah. Thank God. I mean, because it's the same thing with double plus good in what's that book? Yeah. Thank God. I mean, because what is that book? Is that 1984, where they say double plus good, double plus bad. Anyway, yeah, just Aura's making fun of my breathing when I talk. The damnedest thing happens anytime I talk. I need to breathe.
Yeah, breathing could be a bitch.
Yeah, so can other things, right?
Yeah.
Aura?
So I
Yeah, so can other things.
I think that I'm not going to I'm not going to like blatantly state the power scaling in my book, but it's something that I'm keeping in my notes. And maybe something that's alluded to, but because aura is definitely going to be a major aspect of how combat takes place. Because there's going to be people that have the ability to, like, they have telekinesis. They're able to move things with their minds. So why aren't they able to just force choke somebody
Yeah.
in a you know but it's going to somehow be described that you if you're not in this, if you're a lesser in power, you're not able to, like, certain tools are not available to you. Like oh, go on.
You just reminded me of something in Star Wars. I feel like they don't explain. Maybe I haven't watched enough of it because definitely haven't watched enough or all of them. But it seems plain. Maybe I haven't watched enough or all of them. But it seems like the Force is something that you have, and it starts out good unless you become a bad person, and then it turns into the dark side or whatever. Uh, I don't I don't know if I like the way that they have it mapped out. Um, I don't know how to say it. Uh, anyway, continue.
Yeah, I mean, it's essentially corrupted. Like, are you going to allow yourself to be corrupted and turn to the dark side? And the dark side is represents corruption, where being on the I think the light is not necessarily pure and good. The light is balance, and that's one of the major things that people misunderstand. The light is balance, and that's one of the is being a zen balanced individual. Like the Jedi's responsibility are to maintain balance in the Force, not to be perfect, and they're not trying to pursue perfection. They're pursuing balance.
Yeah, but I mean, like some of it. This is what I kind of don't like about franchises is that yeah, but I mean, like franchises is that a lot of times they're meant to be one movie, and then they kind of retrofit. Is it called retconning? Where they like franchises is that one movie, and then conning, where they like add information to it to make the
Yeah.
storyline make more sense. I just like it just feels like a trick. I wish that like you know what movie I really liked that didn't do this was Looper. Looper is such a
Okay.
Looper is such an amazing version of like the amount of world I want to see out of a thing that isn't like necessarily about the world they live in, but that there is still a mafia and this is how they're working, and that now there's this schism with this rainmaker or whatever the bad guy is in the future, and this current plot of one assassin not closing the loop. Like that was such an awesome example of it. I wish there were more movies like that. Like why does it always need to be built on this option to make five more of the movie?
Yeah, like these there's a certain type of movie that or certain genre, I forget the name of it, that you would put like the dystopian that or certain that you would put like dystopian rebellion, where you have dystopian rebellion, Hunger Games in that genre. You have Hunger Game. What the fuck is with Danica Patrick?
Danica.
With Danica
Patrick.
Divergent.
Oh yeah.
Maze Runner. Right? Yeah, like they were all books. Divergent.
Oh yeah.
And they're all these long series where you have almost the identical story, the same amount, and they're all these longer. You have all world building and the same amount of conflict, all condensed in a single story with equilibrium amount of conflict, all equilibrium. Self-contained movie. Like I rewatched it, it could have been better, but ultimately you're telling the same amount of self-contained movie, but ultimately you're telling the same amount of story in a shorter period of time.
I think. Go ahead.
But ultimately you're telling the same amount of.
Go ahead.
I think that it is problem. Like they keep expanding on these stories, and I mean I'm writing my book as a series, because it's like I'm having these self-contained stories.
Or I'll see you later, okay?
Oh, see you later, no say.
I'm doing these self-contained stories, and there is ultimately going to be
no say.
I'm doing a continuation of it, but there is also a greater story that's being told, and I'm interested in. I like world building,
to some extent, yes, I do. Like a great example.
I'm interested in,
to some extent, yes, I do. Like a great example was the Animatrix. Did you watch that?
Animatrix? Yeah.
Yeah. It was
Animatrix? Yeah.
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 That was great because it was like little what is it called? It was an anthology of things that kind of surrounded. It wasn't like a whole new series unto itself. It was just like an anthology of things that kind of a really cool, just little slice of what was going on at some point that has to do with the Matrix. I fucked with that. That was cool. As far as the second and third movies, I can't really say the same, but.
And I like stories that do that. I'm a big fan of like the way they do it in the Watchmen comics. I like the way that
HBO one was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. The way that they do it in Game of Thrones, and I kind of am adapting a lot. Honestly, there's a big Game of Thrones is a big inspiration for my book. And I'd be lying if I said that, part of like it's there are elements of my book that are just Game of Thrones. I'd be lying if I said that elements of my book that are just Game of Thrones fucking fan fiction.
Mm-hmm.
Explicitly.
That's like something else something big started that way. It was like somebody wrote some fan fiction for I wish I remembered this. Fan fiction for this. No, you know what it was? Somebody made like a pitch deck or a like a sizzle reel. Eddie made like a pitch deck or editing Blade Runner and was it Star Wars? It was Blade Runner and something else together, and that's what became Looper.
Oh, okay.
Which I thought was kind of cool.
Yeah. So, like, one of the big themes of the book is how self-important people are, and the way that we assign good and evil, and the way that people always feeling that they're in the right. And I'm writing my book to challenge that thought, and also to challenge how powerful we feel that we are as individuals, and how much we put ourselves above others.
Oh, that's interesting. I mean,
How powerful we feel, much we put ourselves above others.
oh, that's interesting. I mean, I think about that shit all the time.
So that's the ultimate theme that's going on in my book. And that's the ultimate theme, and the main character is this individual where his whole identity like he's defined by his ability to challenge the gods, and to empower individuals. However, it's not fully understood. Like, it is, yeah, like more is elaborated on that. I still want to write it. I still want to be a published author, so I don't want to give away too much.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's it is still want there. I still want to be a
Yeah.
but it's very much in so of people feeling that they are constantly in the right. So of people, like, there's a whole story arc of this young queen that is like trying to overtake a kingdom because she finds that the kingdom is evil, and she needs a home for her people that she's been protecting. Yet she has been blind to the devastation that has occurred in her wake. Like, the amount of people that have been unalived, the kingdoms that she has desolated in her pursuit, and the lives lost in this. And I want to have times where it is focusing on the collateral of these grand notions, grand notions.
There's a quote about, like, if you look at war in close enough detail, there are no winners. It's some kind of quote like that, where if you look at war in like that, where your own. There's also, like, this with what you're talking about. This book, Elephant in the Brain, would be very good for you to read, because everyone, like, this to read because everyone, no one in prison thinks they're a criminal. No one, like, everyone's king is magnanimous. Everyone else's king is a tyrant. They say those things in the book, and it has to do with, like, a part of it is the framework of they say those things. It has to do with, like, a part of how we understand the world that we live in, but another part of it is just, like, implicit bias that we kind of lean into the world that we live in, but another part we kind of lean into. It's the mistake everyone makes with, like, all of the things that I like in media are good. Like in media are good, and the things I don't like are bad. It's that same mistake.
So in my book, it takes,
like, in media are good. It's that same mistake.
In my book, it takes place 1,000 years after this king overtly challenged the gods, and 1,000 years challenged the gods and attempted to unite the entire world of Eden under one kingdom, where each individual shares his power, so they are no longer vulnerable to the internal feuds of the gods. They're self-empowered. They no longer have to rely on external forces. They can care for themselves. Everything is provided for them, and they no longer have to be be collateral or be pawn. Nothing is provided for them. Be collateral or be pawns in greater schemes, and so that's his motivation. And eventually, what winds up happening is he realizes that he was wrong from the beginning. And he surrenders his power, and he realizes that he surrenders his power, and he walks away. The king has gone. No one knows what happened to the king, and the blacksmith was. No one knows what happened to the king. Like, one of his is the last standing of his forces 1,000 years later. And like one of his is the last 1,000 years later, built the tools. One of the key elements in building the tools that made his conquest possible. So he built his grand castles. He was one of the architects in his castles. He built the weapons to challenge these divine beings and the followers of these divine beings. So a mortal man can fight an angel or fight an orc or all this and that. So but ultimately, what's hinted at or alluded to, and you don't find out until the very end, is that the king surrendered, realized that he was just wrong in a battle that he won. He won the battle, but as he gazes upon he sees the lives lost on both sides, and he comes to the realization that he was wrong from the very beginning, and his intentions were misguided. That he should not have asserted it upon himself to enact in such a way, and that it actually was very, very much so for selfish purposes. So he surrenders his power to pursue a lesser life.
Is this in third person or first person, or does it change?
Surrenders his power.
Person, or does it change?
It's going to change perspectives.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to alternate chapters. So of which,
or does it change?
It's going to change perspectives.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to characters being followed in different chapters in order to tell events that are happening simultaneously from characters being followed in different happening simultaneously from different events, because the book is going to take place across the entire world of Eden. And eventually it's going to conclude with all of their stories meeting at one point.
Is this you mentioned
it's going to conclude with all of their stories.
You mentioned orc. Did you mention orcs or goblins or something?
There's going to be orcs, there's going to be goblins, there's going to be trolls, there's going to be centaurs, there's going to be there's going to be orcs, there's going to be elves, there's going to be fucking all of this shit. Dragons are going to be a huge component.
So you're not making up your own
elves. There's going to be a huge component.
Spoke fucking
no. Okay. No.
I kind of like that when people do that.
Make up their own.
No. I mean, there's value to that, sure, but I like it that there's something about standardization that I think is I don't know. I think it helps me understand a world without having to keep in mind I'm really dyslexic, and this is a part of why fantasy and sci-fi, particularly fantasy, is so hard for me to follow, is that there's so many people's names. There's so many there's so much of it that I have to keep track in my mind while also trying to just read the text.
So anything fiction, it's very important to keep in mind that it is a foreign concept, even if it's a story that takes place in the real world. It is still something foreign. You're introducing a whole new universe to an individual. So as much even if it's a story that you're introducing a whole new universe to an individual. So as much familiarity as there is important, so that the reader can identify with and be able to digest the content. And that's one of the reasons why in film or in a lot of fiction, they don't challenge the bias of the general public as much as they should. They will go along with whatever it doesn't have to be correct. It has to be what people believe. And even in advertising and everything like that, we are trying to abide by what the general public feels, believe. And even in abide by what the general public
Or
more so,
right?
What's that? Or how?
Comprehend.
Yeah, how does the general public comprehend this concept? How do they generally feel about this concept? Like when, when, you know, I will have conversations in debate form or trying to have a certain conversation about like certain quality of vehicles. But if you're trying to buy a car from me, it's going to come down to what do you feel about this? If you think that if you want to buy a off-roading vehicle and you think that the Silverado ZR2 is the best off-roading vehicle, I'm not going to tell you no, it's Silverado is off-roading vehicle. I'm not going to tell you no, it's actually the Rubicon, the Jeep Rubicon, I'm like, I'm like, oh no, you want to go somewhere else. Like, you feel this way. This is the car that you want. This is how you feel. Okay, let me get you what you want. I'm not going to talk you out of it. I'm not going to be able to change your mind. I'm not going to be able to lay out a stat sheet to be able to change your mind on something. I'm going to have to talk about how, what are your feelings? I'm going to gauge how you feel, and I'm going to reinforce that feeling.
Yeah.
That's hence why the customer gauge how you feel. That's hence why the customer
sell a car.
I'm trying to sell a car, and I'm just trying to make you feel good at your decision, because you came into the dealership already deciding you wanted to buy something,
right?
And that you have an idea of what you want to buy, and I'm just trying to make you feel better about it. I'm trying to help you gain the confidence to pull the trigger and get what you want.
My thing about fantasy stuff is
gain the confidence to pull the trigger. And
fantasy stuff is I watched this movie. It was it Will Smith? It's called Bright. Did you ever watch Bright? Fantasy stuff is it's called Bright. Did you ever watch Bright? I did too, because it was because I never see, when I watched it, I was like, they never make small scale stories. I did too, because it was never make small scale story. I never see small scale stories of fantasy. It's always these big kingdoms and different kings and queens and people you're speaking to a certain level of story. But
yeah,
why they don't have to me, it was two characters that were going through a world, and that amount of world building was great. You didn't need to know everything about to me, it was two characters. That amount of world building was great about the inner sanctum of how the orc kind of class. You didn't need to know all of that. You just kind of understood that there was some kind of clash in between these peoples,
Yeah, and there is a lot to be said about world building. That how much are you allowing the imagination to thrive here?
Yeah, and when you add too much, you're robbing someone.
That how much are you allowing here?
Yeah, and when you add someone of their own ability to do that, I think.
Yeah. I mean, that being said, I still love when people explore concepts within a world,
Yeah, I mean, the Never-Ending Story, I think, did it great, because not only are you getting this world, you're getting a world that's kind of falling apart, and at the end, the story, I think, did it great. World that's kind of falling apart. The end, you realize that it needed to be named or something like that, but that was awesome, because again, you don't need to know like everything about what are those two statues that needed to be named or something like that. Again, you don't need to two statues that if you walk past they like zap you. You know, you remember that?
I gotta rewatch Neverending Story.
There's
I've
just
been
a
meaning
part,
to, and I just
yeah.
haven't gotten around to it.
It's great. There's a couple things I have a problem with, but it doesn't matter. Like it's still a great movie, but like the amount that they build these worlds up just enough for like the scene to matter, but you don't need to know the ingredients in the potion. You don't need to know where these ingredients were foraged from. And I think there's just like a lot of that maybe this is just me. Like I because you see where these ingredients were foraged. Maybe this is just me. Like I seem to be able to take in quite a bit more information than I can about something, and it improves your, experience with a story, it seems. But mine, I'm like, scale it all down. What is this about? And show me, like, because it's about this, show me the things that are related to it that seem unrelated and bring it to that, as opposed to that are related to it that's that, as opposed to let's make this expansive world. Like this is another thing that I don't think it's necessarily true, but I kind of reflexively let's make this expansive world, but I kind of reflexively um, uh, just assume with things is like the more world that's built, the less I think you're just assume with things is like good at storytelling. If you're telling me about like the names of the swords and the fucking who had it before them and stuff, it's like fine, but this doesn't storytelling. Swords and the fucking who had it before. Fine, but this doesn't have to do with like what you told me the story was about. And now I'm just confused with a bunch of names that, have more consonants than vowels.
Yeah. So I like to think of media as engines um to accomplish certain goals. Like when we're talking about to accomplish when we're talking about for example, I'll use James Cameron and his works.
Oh boy.
All right, I'll use James Cameron, right? Like you could take Avatar for example. Very very basic story. Is it could take very basic story. Is it a good movie? I think a lot of people enjoy it. I think it's well done. There's nothing inherently wrong with Avatar. Is it the greatest movie on earth? No. Is it a good movie? I think a lot of people enjoy it. Inherently wrong with Avatar. Is it no? Is it Academy Award winning storytelling? No. Is it good? It's good. You can't watch Avatar and say that it's bad.
I
It's
mean,
award winning storytelling. No, it's good. You can't watch.
I
It's
mean,
and
there's it's good at certain things. Sure, is it
yeah,
good? I don't know, because it's oh,
yeah,
it's the greatest. It's good at certain things. Good? I don't know. Oh,
yeah.
it's the greatest movie on earth according to a
So
person that's seen four movies.
so you could also and then
According to a
so
person that's seen four.
you could also and then you could also talk about how its visual appeal. Now, Avatar, but ultimately Avatar was an engine. Now, Avatar budget for what James Cameron was trying to accomplish, and that was inventing a new camera. He wanted to build a new camera. He wanted to reinvent filmmaking. He wanted to accomplish something grand in cinematography, and Avatar was the engine to do that. Where he instead of the viewing experience of 3D being something that pops out at us, it's something that we look into the film, and you could even do that without it being 3D now. Like you are creating the visual experience as something that is going to immerse the viewer. And I think that is something that is to take note of, and that's ultimately what he was wishing to accomplish with that. He wanted to have a camera. He wanted a system that was able to go in the deepest, darkest depths of the ocean and see things, then show the public show the public things that they've never seen before, and images that have never been available to the general public before. So in order for him to do that, he needed to get the funding to completely engineer and invent a new submarine and camera system and drone technology and all of these innovations that stem from the movie Titanic. We're actually like in the movie Titanic, we have actual footage of the Titanic, and that is the first time anybody that's seen that, most people that have seen that movie have seen any real images of the Titanic. And I think that that's something incredible, but Titanic was an engine to accomplish that. So like I'm writing my book as an engine for me to be able to convey these feelings that I've had of early sobriety and the struggles that I had with my own worldview and my own demons that I had to wrestle with. And I'm using this book as an engine, and I'm using this book as an engine to do so. So
you're like L. Ron Hubbard.
It's like the little book that could.
Yeah, that's right, Tina.
It's like the little book that could. Shut up, Bronxy.
All right, fine.
So, I mean, those are things that I like to pay attention to in media. Like the Matrix was a story using elements of, using these sci-fi elements with inspirations from Alice in Wonderland in order for these two now sisters to express their feelings of being women trapped in a man's body, and a way of them expressing that. It was an engine for them to do that, and I think that that's very interesting. And
I take away different themes.
Incredible story in the process. They made something that a film that deserves to be studied throughout time with its accomplishments. And you cannot tell me that The Matrix isn't something that's truly amazing. You might not
the first one
your cup of tea, but
the first one, and also that, I mean, it's doing the same thing that Star Wars did, is that it's using kind of Christian stories. Not that I don't have any whatever, but it is using like that stories. But it is using like that. What's his name? I always forget his name.
Jesus?
No. No. There's a guy that writes about. There's this book called God of a Thousand Faces, and it just, this guy, Joseph Campbell. He writes about, he's the hero's journey thing, where there's like a call to action and all that kind of stuff. Like that circle is.
Was it the 10 steps that takes place in a hero's journey?
Yeah, and all of it kind of has to do. All that kind of stuff, like that.
The hero's journey.
Yeah, and all of it kind of has to do with like the story of Jesus, and there's other people throughout history that have been spoken about like that. Many gods have been born on December 25th, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, in that sense, yes. As far as what the Wachowski sisters were doing, I don't know, because I don't even know if that's the case for why they did it. I know that that's what they would say, but throughout, I don't know. I mean, there are some themes that I think are interesting. There's others that I don't.
Well, that's the whole concept of breaking out of the Matrix.
Yeah.
But it was a retelling of Alice in Wonderland to do that.
Yeah. I like that. Well, who was the rabbit then? Is there? Oh wait, there is somebody named Rabbit, right?
Yeah, in the very beginning, he's following the rabbit that eventually leads him to he's following
Right.
the rabbit
Yeah.
that eventually leads him to the what's it called? Morpheus.
I'll tell you this much: I'd stay right in that matrix. I'm not going to Zion.
Yeah. Seriously. I've like in hindsight, was it Cypher?
Yeah, I'm him.
I take that fucking deal with Cypher,
10
honestly.
times out of 10, I take that.
Yeah.
It's like, and if we're speaking, I mean, I can't speak to really the the trans thing about it, but like there was a comedian that talked about coming out as being gay, and it's like in the context of like people making the claim that gay people choose to be gay, he was saying, so let me get this straight, you in your puberty years where everything is just humiliating and you're growing and all these things are happening, you mean to tell me that I could make my life worse by humiliating and you're growing? You mean to tell me that I also saying that I'm gay among like all these high school kids? It's like, who would make a choice like that? No one. Right. It's almost it's inherent with the person, like all these high school kids. It's like but in the same way, it's like, if I saw Zion in that like constant rave that they're in, almost at the brink of getting like, eviscerated by these metal robot octopus. No, dude, I'm at that steakhouse eating steak with,
I do think that that's an interesting
house eating steak with,
I do think that that's an interesting conversation because like I never I that being a choice, like I didn't choose to be straight.
Yeah.
You know? And fuck it. If I'm looking at my current situation in this fucking economy, would I with women making fucking was it 82 cents to the on the dollar? Yeah, I'd want to marry another fucking breadwinner.
Yeah.
If that's the option.
I'd also create a business where I would only have women, so I'm saving 20 cents, or 18 cents.
Yeah. But like I don't know, like it like but like I don't know, like it like minus all the fucking bullshit, that society lays on being gay. If you take that out of the equation, and if being gay was a choice, yeah, I'd choose to be gay. Fuck it.
I mean, also there's this thing about like, what's up on birthday? That like it's something it's something I thought about. You were talking about bad and good earlier, and this is another thing that I don't think I'm unique in feeling this way. I thought about, you were talking about, I don't think don't hear it spoken about this way, is that bad and good, evil and good, whatever, it is not, there are bad people and there are good people. And I think that when people look at the world that way, they're doing themselves a disservice, as well as other people, but I think more so to them. It is something that changes throughout your life. And yeah, sure, there's people that consistently do good things or consistently try to be bad life. And yeah, sure, do good things or consistent in the sense of, like if if you sell arms to both sides of a war, like that War Dogs movie or whatever. If you sell arms to, like that War Dogs movie or whatever, sure. But it's more, I think, statistically represented that people do things, like that War Dogs movie or whatever. I think statistically represented that people do things on, I don't know if it's a continuum or a spectrum, but I don't know if you're just like, to call someone bad fails only you, and so in the same way, you're just like, you know? And so in the same way, to say straight or gay, that I also think that that's, I mean, it's brevity, you know, like you can, you know? And so in the same way that I say that quickly and just be like, oh no, I'm straight. And that's like a quick way to communicate it. But, the idea that they're, you know,
Is this a long-winded way of you saying that you're a casual penis enjoyer?
I'm gay. No,
Is this a long-winded way of
I'm gay. I'm just saying, like, I've, you know, if I just don't think it's like a super important distinction, but I'm also not speaking from a place where I needed to like fight. Saying like I've, you know, it's a super important distinct fight for any kind of like right that I didn't have before that, you know. So I can only say so much about it. But the bad and good thing, or evil and good, so I can only say so much. That one is just it's one that I don't really think about too often.
So one of the big things that we
That one is just about too often.
talk about in AA is progress, not perfection. You know, like are you actively taking steps to be better in life? Like, are you trying to? We're not saying you need to be perfect, but are you trying in life? Like, are you perfect? But are you trying to? Are you trying to do better? And you know, you're going to be confronted with things in life that perfect, but are you trying? You know, you're going to be confronted are going to feel impossible to make the right choice, and it's okay to make mistakes, but looking at it from the perspective of trying to do the next right thing. You know, like are you trying to do the right? Are you trying to do the right thing? Are you taking steps to do the right thing? And I do wish that in a lot of these social issues, we kind of took that perspective as well. Like, are people wish that in a lot of that perspective as well, are people trying to do the right thing? And I don't think that that's acknowledged.
Yeah, yeah. Also with like when yeah, yeah. Also with like when someone says something, it should be true, necessary, and kind. Not nice, but kind. And kind necessary and but kind. And kindness isn't necessarily smiling and being, you know, whatever. It is different than being nice. And I think, but kind. And kind, it is different. And I think niceness gets in the way of being able to be kind sometimes. And so when that's all being able to be kind sometimes. And so when that's all to say that when someone is on a panel with somebody, it may not be the most important thing to name off all of the senators or what year this thing was like put into legislation or what year it was abolished. Those things aren't necessarily, you know, like pertinent to what's being talked about, but it comes up all the time in this appeal to authority. And it's like, this is not important. I don't care in this appeal to authority. This is not important. I don't care if you're like the king head, whatever of something. Can you add an interesting thought onto what we're talking about? That is what I'm interested in. You know, you could spend 25 years. Can you add an interesting what I'm interested in? You know, in a field, 30, 40 years in a field, if you don't have interesting thoughts to add to the experience, then I don't really want to hear it, you know? Necessary. I don't know. Mama Ghoul.
So I brought this up in my morning meeting today. And I was leading the meeting and I was saying that, you know, I brought up my experiences when I was working as a consultant, and every single time we'd walk into a place, you know, I brought up my experiences when I was we'd walk into a place, whether we were walking into a company in order to build their sales team, or we're doing a training or anything like that. We'd walk into a company in order to build their. We can always see who is rolling their eyes with their arms crossed, and we don't. We can always is rolling their eyes with their arms. We don't. People don't do what works for them. People do what they're comfortable doing. And are you challenging?
And to keep their place in the system. Like people will spend a whole lot of time doing things either slowly or in parts where it takes a certain amount of time to ensure that everyone else knows that this job can't be like, or in parts where it takes a certain else knows that this job can't be like, like what would you call, like connect, just like added to somebody else's plate. Like I think this is connect, just like added to somebody else. Why like project managers are, it's such a weird job because it's like someone's paying money so that they don't have to understand the entire scope of like what is happening. They hire this one person to do it, and even that job is just them trying to understand it themselves. You know, they're kind of a patsy in that sense, where it's like if something doesn't go wrong, you can always blame the manager of the project. You know, they're kind of a, if some blame the manager of the project for it to not go well, but that's just like not how any of the stuff works. This is like it's a project manager is more like an interdepartmental liaison for it to not go well, but this is like it's a departmental liaison. Right? They're not really managing a project. They're managing the information from each project that, you know, like IT really managing a project. They're managing that, you know, like IT doesn't need to know about the graphics from marketing, you know?
Yeah.
That, you know, like
yeah.
Yeah. What are you eating on it over there? I'm going to guess cereal.
Yeah.
All right, let me guess which cereal. Let me hear a bite.
It's.
Well, no, let me guess.
All right. We're a little bit later in the game with the cereal.
Well,
Okay,
okay,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Is it a corn-based cereal?
No.
Right. Is it a?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Wow. Why are you chewing like that, Moon Boots?
I'm doing.
I'm sorry.
To give him.
August talking about making noise about eating.
Yeah, he's trying to guess the cereal that I'm eating
based off the sound.
Off the sound.
Oh,
because I guessed cereal. I knew it wasn't a chip. Go ahead. Oh, where'd he go? Oh,
who did that?
I didn't do shit.
You do that?
It was me, motherfucker. I was sleeping, and then I woke up to your bullshit ass chewing.
All right. You do that?
It was me, motherfucker. I was sleeping, and then I woke up.
I'm gonna give it another bite.
I'm trying to guess, Jelani.
Oh, my bad. I didn't know. I don't know where I came from.
I'm gonna give it another.
No, I don't know where I came from, but I was asleep.
It's the only time I'll allow
I can't turn the camera on because that'll give it away.
Right.
that sound. Oh my gosh, that sound.
I don't know where I came from.
It's the only time I'll allow
I can't turn the camera.
I'm gonna go some kind of Cheerio. Oh wait, no, it's bigger than that.
Captain Crunch.
Golden Grams.
No.
Frosted Flakes.
No. Come on.
Fruity Pebbles.
Why you got
Frosted Flakes. Fruity Pebbles.
No, like Frosted Flakes was like a poor guy.
Rice Krispie Treats.
Wait, Aura said Fruit Loops?
Rice Krispies.
Rice Krispie Treats is not hitting like
Rice
that.
Rice Krispies.
You got to eat Rice Krispie Treats within the first 5 seconds, or else it's gonna sound like.
It's Rice Krispies. He didn't say no.
I'm gonna give you guys a hint. The first ingredient is whole grain wheat.
Oh, Wheaties.
Golden Grams.
No.
Oh, frosted mini wheats.
Raisin Bran.
So Jelani is close. They're both General Mills cereals.
I knew it had to be somewhere in that general area. All right, now look.
Shut up.
Okay. I'm thinking. Are you talking about what is those
Siren
called?
loves this game. It seems like it's cereal for fuck's sake.
There's something I'm thinking about but can't think of right now, and it's just getting on my fucking nerves.
I give up.
Honeycombs.
Whoa.
Honey Smacks.
It is
that.
an S plus tier cereal.
Oh my gosh. It made the
God.
list.
It's a list.
Yeah.
It made T-Bone's list. Oh my gosh.
What about Pops? No one fucks with Pops.
Pops used to be ass.
It honestly.
List. Oh my gosh.
Pops used to be ass.
Honestly, I think if anybody is to say that this cereal is a bad cereal or they don't like it, are just fucking liars. There's no way that
Lucky
anybody
Charms?
fucking hates the cereal.
Is it magically delicious?
No.
Cocoa Puffs?
I give up.
Shut
shut up. It's not
Reese's Puffs.
Oh, those are good.
I'm thinking about in my head. I just don't know, but I'm just
Pops?
like,
Or is it Pops?
No, she says Pops is so trashy.
Pops in S tier.
What is that one with the little fucking bumblebee?
Oh, Cheerios.
Cheerios? Yeah, it's just regular Cheerios.
No one's putting fucking Cheerios in S tier.
No, I would put Frosted Flakes in S tier.
Because I be smashing on some Cheerios. I don't know what people be talking about. Those motherfuckers.
It's a cereal that can easily be conceived as somebody's favorite cereal.
Let me ask a question. How much milk are you putting in?
I put a lot of milk in.
Okay, you're big milk.
I mean, that hits for Captain.
I pour milk into the bowl until the cereal starts to float.
Okay, same.
Frosted Flakes.
What are you biting that spoon?
That's how I eat my Frosted Flakes. It only tastes good when you drench hella milk on it, but you got to eat it fast before it gets too mushy.
I like a little mush though.
This is a cereal that absorbs a lot of milk.
That's a good hint.
Is it the one? Does it have a lot of holes in it?
No.
No.
Cereal with a lot of holes in it, I don't think absorbs milk very well.
You'll be surprised.
Oh, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. That's a good guess.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
That's what it is?
That's the answer?
Correct.
Yeah, those are good.
Nigga, I said Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
No, you did not.
When did you say? You did not say it, Jelani.
No, you said Golden Grams.
You did not say that.
No, I
Nobody
said
said
Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Golden Grams.
No, we have to raise black voices.
Oh, okay.
Is that actually is Aura's first guess? She got it on the first fucking try. You all suck.
No. That wasn't her first
Eat
try.
my
She said
ass. I swear I said it.
He said
You said
Fruit
eat
Loops.
your ass? What?
He said Fruit Loops.
Yeah,
like
because
an
that's the only
idiot.
thing I know you guys like to eat second than that. Fucking jerks. I was giving you a prize. Fucking assholes.
Oh my
I
god,
gotta sniff my cereal.
Straight man
cereal
ass is not a prize. Not when it comes to eating ass.
Tell
Not straight
that
man ass.
what's his name, son? What's his name?
Magic Johnson. You're talking about EJ.
Really great.
How'd you know what I was talking about? Yeah, exactly. He said he's only attracted to straight males. Okay.
I'm debating a homophobe, and they wind up saying some dumb shit like gay guys flirting with them or something like that. I'm gonna ask them like, would you eat your own asshole? Like, are you confident in your own asshole that it's good enough to eat?
I would eat my own ass. I'm confident in my ass.
I wouldn't eat mine.
Well, I clean my
I
ass
think I take
thoroughly.
care of myself, but I wouldn't eat my own asshole.
My ass is the ass I know is always clean out of all asses.
Oh, great.
Bronx is a hater. I think he's upset because people are messing with his. I think he's upset centering time. Is that right, Aura? Is Aura here?
Where the fuck is my showtime?
No, go ahead and I want to center Bronx because I thought Bronx was blocked initially. It looks like he's back in here.
What
I'm
what
And
are
let
you
blocking
what are you what are you
everyone.
what are you complaining
So,
about now, Bold?
Bold, I went to sleep in your live, and then I woke up into this one, and these motherfuckers are chewing.
Not
you went
say,
to sleep.
don't say
I'm just gonna
motherfuckers.
sleep
Only one
on
of us were
live.
chewing.
Whatever. You guys encouraged it.
No,
Or
Bronx encouraged it,
My
not
ears.
yeah,
everybody.
I
My
wanted to
ears.
guess.
And then they gaslit me into not being right, even though I know for a fact I was right. I'm tired of these rights.
You never said cinnamon toast crunch.
I'm
You
I'm
kept
black.
saying golden grams over and over again.
No, or
After I
maybe,
said that you're
or
very close
maybe
with golden
I
grams, and
did
then you
say it,
kept
and you
fucking
guys kept
repeating golden
talking over
grams.
me. You guys kept talking over me and being anti-black and not
Yeah,
listening to me and not giving me the benefit of the doubt because I
Wait,
just
how
said
are they
that.
anti-black when they're white?
Yeah,
we need
exactly.
to raise black voices.
Yeah, we gotta raise this black voice up. You guys are doing not a good job. I'm tired of you allies.
We need to raise black voices into black something else. Like Boys to Men. I was trying to. Never mind. Yeah. Bold. What do you have to complain about?
I'm not complaining. It's not about anybody in here. Nick is gonna be. I'm coming for Nick because Nick is hosting a live with Aqua so she can get her money back to campaign against me.
Are you
So
serious?
yes,
Wow,
she
she
just
really.
made the announcement in the one's live. So
She knows
Nick is on
no
my
depth. There's no
yeah
depths that her depravity won't go. Is what I was going to
yeah
say.
yeah. I mean, it's like
Do
Nick.
you hear the new thing that she did, Bronx?
Yeah, well,
No.
this is a good time for me to say that I am.
No.
This is a good. I am very much so staying out of this. Whatever is going on between you guys and Aqua. Um, there's a very good chance that she's correct in this scenario.
No, she's
And,
not.
Yeah.
but
Well,
I'm
are you
not
just
going
trying?
to
You're
be
trying to
around.
avoid
I
Wait a
know
minute,
getting.
who's
you want
correct?
to be a part of it. There's a
Who's correct?
chance. There's
He
a
just doesn't
Who's
want to
chance.
get.
correct?
I don't know. I don't
There's
need the
no chance.
details.
Who's
I'm
correct?
not. I don't want to hear anything of like going
How is
against it.
she
I'm not
correct?
going to.
That's fine. I
I'm going
mean,
to stay out of it.
you don't want to get yelled at
Wait
by
a
Miss
minute, who
Piggy. I
is
get it.
correct? I'm trying to find out
um,
who's correct.
so let me tell you what she did recently, less than 24 hours ago.
I don't need to hear.
So I'm
It's
staying at
okay.
a hotel, right? I said where I was staying, and this crazy called the hotel and asked them if I was staying there and could she be connected to the room. And they told her he's not staying there.
She gets her fucking ass beat.
Like the hotels I stay at, I'm not gonna stay at a hotel where they're gonna give out your information because then I would be able to sue them. Weirdo. Every time you say this, like she said when I was in Egypt, she called Egypt, called the hotel I was staying
She
at,
called the hotel. This woman is beyond. I'm sorry. I know y'all. Yeah,
and everybody's just feeding into her psychosis.
yeah,
Yeah.
pretty
Also,
much.
she
It's
talks like
weird
Miss Piggy, so that sucks.
because she's always slurping. You notice that every time she speaks, she's always slurping spit.
Yeah, she's like a dog man. She's just kind of disgusting and
Slurping spit.
yeah, she's like a dog man. Anyway, I mean, you know can't understand that experience. It sounds awful, but I get why someone would be such a way. I mean, that experience. It sounds awful, just sour, awful person through a
Their
life
last
like
days.
yeah.
I don't get it. The universe gave you
Shout out
another
Dave.
chance. God gave you another chance at life.
Right.
And this is how you use it. That second
Correct.
chance at life.
Like
To
Exactly.
harass people.
she would have been one of those characters that the kid from Home Alone would be terrified at the beginning of the movie. But at the end, they would also be terrified of, like the guy that was like shoveling the snow at the beginning of the first one. Yeah,
He's the only one that saw it, and he turned out to be right.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, I'm not going to say it.
No, say
But you know everything that we're saying is true.
Come on.
Like, come on. You know what we're saying is true.
Doing it.
That, let's say I'm just saying what would be a very interesting twist in the Home Alone franchise. All right, let's say the rumors of the old man that lives across the street were true, and after he survives the wet bandits, he knocks him out with his shovel, and then instead of him like saving Kevin, he winds up also knocking him out, and
well, that probably would be her. That would be
also knocking him out, and
well, that would be her because she's supposed to be an ally to black people.
I'm not assigning that to Aqua.
No, that would be her because she's supposed to be an ally to black people. No, that would be her because she's supposed to be an ally to black people. But she's supposed to be an ally to black people, so that would be her.
Okay.
Because whenever Queen and Bex were going at it, she's supposed to be an ally to black people. She's supposed to be an ally to black people. Because whenever Queen and Bex were going at it, Aqua was muting and blocking people who were saying anything against Bex. So that would be Aqua.
Hey, Cascade.
Mm-hmm. Aqua is the savior.
What?
Because when they were having that racial conversation, she was
savior.
What?
Because when they were having that racial conversation, she was blocking black people who were saying anything about it.
Correct.
So that would be her.
Aqua cares about everyone.
Nobody won that showdown.
Correct.
So that would be her.
Aqua cares.
Nobody won that showdown. Or maybe something's wrong with my.
It said you.
Mine still says 0.
Look, I know you have a belly full of cereal, but you got to do a backflip.
Hold on.
No. Don't do it. I just can't believe Lil Moon Boots. Did you hear what Lil Moon Boots just said?
I did.
August.
Yeah.
All right. See, it still says 0 for everybody, so I don't have.
You won, Cass. I mean, you won Moon Boots.
It says 0.
What's up, Cascade?
You came in after, Cascade. Hello.
No, I said it sounded like August about to say my name. I was like, wow.
No, I said, what's up? I said, what are you doing?
About to eat some pizza and some chicken wings. What's up?
Oh. Well, I guess when you're so tall, you have to be eating because I was even like, why are you always eating? But when you're tall, you do have to. I was even like, why are you always eating? But have energy.
Like, how tall is Cascade?
Cascade, you're like 6'7", 6'6"?
6'6". Are you mad that you're not? What's going on?
Are you really 6'6"?
No, I'm just making up a pretend height for strangers online that I fucking know, Bronze. What the fuck do you think? The hell?
I wish I was not 6'6". I wish I was like 6'4", 6'3", 6'4". Yeah, you're right about that. 6'6" would be kind of 6'6", 6'7". That's when you get like you're gonna start hitting your head on everything, and I don't want to be hitting my head on everything.
My thing is that it's the shortness that I would like. I just don't want to be. There's like a certain kind of short guy, at least.
It's okay.
What'd you say?
Short and stout, just like a pig. It's okay.
What'd you say?
Short and stout, just like a pig. It's okay.
No. No, what I'm saying is that there's like a certain height of short person that has like a lot of energy and is very combative. And it's not like 5'7", it's not 5'6", it's just, there's some magic number where everyone, and it's not like some magic number where everyone that's height.
So you're saying they have a Napoleon complex?
Yeah, but there's also like extra energy that they have that I don't have.
I find that 5'6" is the most aggressive height for men.
Yeah, there's something about it. They also have this "don't tread on me" thing that I don't understand. But You know, let a million blossoms bloom.
Yeah. Like I've fought more men that were about 5'6" than anything else.
Why was you fighting?
I was at the bar a lot.
He was from the hood.
Shit just happens when you're going to the bar 6 nights a week.
In New
Eventually, you're gonna
Jersey.
get into a fight.
He
Yeah,
was hanging
6 nights a week.
out with Bex in Newark, right?
Hey, you were a drunk, Lil Moon Boots? What's going on?
Right?
It's like
Moon boots.
that's like the big part of my platform, Cascade. I'm 6 years sober. I'm like really big on
Oh,
sober.
that's right. That's
Moon
right.
Boots, you
Okay,
like
now I
video
remember.
games?
Thank you.
You're sober.
Hey, that's
Moon
right.
Boots, you
Okay,
like
now I
video
remember.
games?
Thank you.
Aura
Yeah.
says 5'3" Bronx.
Shut
What does
up,
that mean?
Bronx. Shut up.
Yeah, I'd say that it's a lot of 5'6" dudes like to fight.
That dog is so cute. Every time I see that picture, I'm like, that dog is so cute. I wish my dog was doing that.
Not August Dredd and his dog. Wait a minute. I'm calling Peter right now. Hold on.
Now, Bold, I've heard that you're 5'3", but not tall, but wide. Is that true? You're 5'3", but not tall, but wide. Is that true?
What the hell?
August, are you really gonna laugh at that?
Well, I haven't seen your height, so I don't know.
August, are you really gonna laugh at that?
Well, I haven't seen your height, so I don't know. You might be short with a big back. I don't know.
I'm not anything. I am.
Well, I haven't seen your height, so I don't know.
I'm not anything. I am me, and Bronx is him sitting on the motherfucking heavy stool. They almost broke because he pissed on it. Don't you start with me, God dog it. In the motherfucking heavy stool, they almost broke because he had an empty karaoke bar eating a buffet.
But Bronx, you're short too, right?
I don't think so.
You're 5'8",
No.
5'7".
So
You're 5'7".
6 foot.
Oh, you're 6'. Okay, never mind. You're not short. I thought you were like 5'8" or 5'7".
I understand that through how my voice sounds. My voice.
Your voice, yeah, your voice sounds
I'm
short.
not really hurt by this. August, but it's just strange to see how people turn on you like this. And I'm talking about Nick. Turn on you.
Wasn't Nick the first one defending you? Like when did that?
I mean, now you're hosting a live to come against me on something that has nothing to do with you, so you can make people distrust me, so you can take my money away from me, and I helped your motherfucking ass get to where the fuck you
That's
are.
what I was about to say.
Now
You
you
helped
trying
Nick
to
start
tear
his
me down.
live. Oh my gosh.
Y'all do the most on here. Y'all really do.
Yeah, and you're just a perfect little angel, aren't you?
Nobody said that.
He is. He's perfect.
I mean, I did too.
I apologize today for something I said. So it's not about me being an angel. I can call a thing and apologize and back down. That's called humility, right?
Well, I've never heard you apologize,
But
but
just because
He
you
did
haven't
apologize
heard it
today.
doesn't mean
He
I didn't do it.
apologized
I actually did it
to
today,
Swift.
but you wasn't present.
well, sometimes I need you to bag back, and I don't get the 50 feet.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
Fuck.
I don't want your fake philosophy, you karaoke stool whore. Okay.
Wait, hold on. No, Danny was on your side yesterday, Bold. He really was. Wait, hold on. No, Danny was on your side yesterday, Bold. He really was.
Nationwide.
He's on that ass.
Danny was on your side yesterday. Danny said that she needs to stop worrying about it, drop it and let things go, learn to let things go.
Everybody's saying that. I mean, it because you
stop worrying about it,
because you keep repeating the same thing over, and none of that stuff is true. I mean,
Danny also said he wrote her to tell her that, and then she sent him a long paragraph, but he didn't read it because it's way too long.
And then of course the parrot called the ones that saying the same lie over and over again, and then of course the parrot lie over and over again like it's true, and it ain't. It won't be true as many times as you say it, but when the truth come out, y'all gonna look like fools.
Not me.
But you know, Lil Moon Boom said it looks true, so it must be. Did y'all hear Lil Moon Boom? It looks true. It looks like she's gonna win. No, she ain't.
But Little Moon Boots is usually on the side of women all the time, right? Moon Boots.
I'm on a phone call, work call.
So I'm just waiting for people to pick their side. That's all I'm doing. I mean, you know, I play the long game with a lot of shit with these people. So y'all can go ahead and take your side, baby.
You play the wide game too, right?
Shut the you karaoke bitch.
You know that was good,
See,
and I wasn't
see,
sweating.
Bo, he said Danny said he's on your side along with mine. She said, or he said, she needs to stop worrying about me and Robert and just forget about it and just move on
Correct.
with her life.
She needs to get knocked in the nose with a
It's
hammer
not,
and
and
then
it's not,
like move on.
Oh
it's
my
not,
gosh.
and it's not the money. It ain't the money. It's that you are not telling the truth. That's it. You're not telling the truth. You just all you want to do is get to August. I see exactly what it is. We see it. Well, I see it. I don't know nobody else see it. You're trying to use me to circumvent August. I
That's all
get
she
it.
wants to do. All I want to do is
What it is, we see it. Well, I see it. I don't
all
get
she
it.
wants to do. All I want to do is a boom, boom, boom in a zoom, zoom.
Shut up.
You know, shake your rump.
This 2 year obsession with me is weird. It's
It's
like
very
it's
weird.
literally almost been 2 years. It's
It's
like,
been
why are
over
you
two.
upset?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah, and I don't. For the most of the time, I did not say anything to her. I did not care about her. I'm like, he's
I mean,
saying
if
I'm
you
putting
spend
all.
all,
I don't
it's
put
like
all
if
this
you spend
energy
all this
into her.
time. I mean, if you spend all this time.
I'm like, he's
I mean,
saying
if
I'm
you
putting
spend
all. I
all.
don't.
I mean, if you spend all this time for 2 years coming at one person, you could have a Fortune 500 company at this point. The time that you
She
invest
has
in this
looked at
year
my family,
She
at this point. The time
she
my
cannot do
sister's
that.
in-laws.
Somebody can. She cannot.
She looked at my sister's in-laws, my parents' timeshares, someone in my family's business that I don't even know because she was like, you know the name, you know that business, right? And I'm like, I have no clue what that means or what that is. Maybe you're telling me something new about somebody in my family that I don't know and I don't care about. Business, right? And I'm like, I have no clue. Somebody in my family that I don't know and I don't care about. You care more than I do. Like, I don't care. Then she has this weird in my family that I don't know and I don't care about. Like, her. Then she has this weird like F word just coming at me too, trying to search for me himself. He's just as crazy. This weird like dude trying to search for me himself. Like it is like how can you fixate on someone's life like that and not worry about
Yeah,
your life?
when you have nothing but time and you're horrible at everything you do, I think people like that start to just kind of glom onto other people's lives and live
yeah,
vicariously through them.
actually, yeah, like a succubus. Absolutely.
People like that lives and live
Yeah,
vicariously through them.
it's
Yeah.
weird.
It's not weird. It's very normal for somebody like that to do that.
Hmm.
I can't think of a more normal thing for a loser like that. It's not weird. It's very normal for somebody like more normal thing for a loser like that to do. But that's just
Like
me.
you care way too much about my life than I do. Like you care way too much about my life than I do. Like
We know that. We know we've been through that, Florida kid. We know that. We've been through that. Oh,
and then you saw how Q was saying that I'm worried about him. And then you saw how
he said he called me. Oh, I gotta do a background about Q because Q called me fake last night, and I heard it. I do have a bad. He back Q because Q called me fake last night, and I heard it. I do have a bad drop for that son of a gun. You hear me? I'm coming for you, Q. Today's your day, Q. You better be spotlighted, Q. Let's go. Hello. You
you know,
want the
I've
attention?
never had a backdrop before.
Ah, yes, you have. I made you one in the beginning. Well, I didn't. I think it was Kevin.
Had a backdrop before.
I think it was Kevin. Yeah, I made you back
You
up.
did?
Remember this go live? I
I
made
don't remember.
August,
Oh yeah,
please.
you made me a couple. You said August.
This go live?
I don't remember.
August,
Oh,
please.
it's
Yeah.
August is jealous of Memphis. Um,
No, it was the one for
August
you. It
is
was. It was.
um,
No, it was the one for
August
you. It
is
was. It was big. It was BBL Chronicles. I remember. Remember, Kevin.
oh
I didn't
BB.
do backgrounds.
No,
Yeah,
that
I
was for
did.
me. That was for me to put all mine live.
Right. It was for you to go live. It was big. It was BBL Chronicles. I
That was for me to put all mine,
for your backdrop when you went live. Yeah, I still got it in my phone.
but it wasn't something where you were mad. You've never been happy where you're mad at
Oh
me.
no. The only time I did that is when you were drunk and I said drunken around the world or something.
Yeah, I've never.
Okay.
I don't think because I don't think you've ever been mad at me because I'm not. I
I
don't
was
think I act like
disappointed.
everybody
I
else.
was disappointed in you because you believed a lie because you thought I
Because
would
I
do
believe
something.
I know, but I talk to you. You know, I don't do what everybody else does. I don't confront you about things in front of people. I'll talk to you on the back end about it.
I was disappointed because you would think I would do something. Uh,
You about things in front of people.
do something. Like put your information. I don't do that. I'm telling
Yeah,
you that stuff I haven't put out today about people. I
I'm
have
sorry.
to do something. I don't do that. I'm telling
Yeah,
you people. I
I'm
have.
sorry.
I don't move like that. I don't. I just don't. I know how to keep people's secrets for the most part. I really do. I don't. I know how to keep people's secrets for the most. Because I was raised that way. Oh my God! I have to come back. I gotta use the bathroom.
Or everybody left.
I have to come back. I gotta use the bathroom.